Hello, good afternoon. Today I'm going to help you guys put together this little Lego drone. Alright, so when you open the box, you'll find that all these contents are inside. In the box, you will get the receiver for the drone frame, the drone battery, a USB charging cable for the battery. You'll get all the Lego parts in nice, neat little Ziploc bags. You'll get 4 motors with 4 prop guards. You'll get the remote controller. This does require 3 AA batteries. You'll get some tools and then the instructions. You'll also get this little Lego card, but we're going to go ahead and put that to the side for this tutorial. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the instructions with you guys so you have an idea of how to put this drone together. So first we're just going to get the receiver, and we're going to make sure these LED lights are facing towards us. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and put the drone frame on the receiver, making sure that the cylindrical ends line up. And then from there, in this slot right here, we're going to go ahead and put the battery. And we want to make sure that the battery wire is on the same side as the port for it. And then we're going to go ahead and put a 4-piece brick right down the center on both sides of this battery to kind of help it stay secure. Okay, just like that. And so now we're gonna go ahead and start putting the arms together. So for the right arm closest to us, that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna go ahead and put a 4-piece on these 2 studs right here. And then we're gonna start by attaching an A motor. If you look on the propellers, you'll see that there are letters and numbers on there. This one says A1, so this is the one we're going to start with. And before you put the propellers on, I would recommend putting the prop guards on first, just since it's a little easier to handle since it's not all connected. And so there's going to be little prongs at the end that will snap into the sides of the motor. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together right now, just like that. And so I'm going to attach this to the arm underneath it. I'm going to put another 4-piece brick under the arm to secure it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 bricks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is going to be the landing gear for the drone. And so we're going to put that right down the center underneath the drone's arm. And this is to make sure whenever we land the drone, we're not hitting any of the motors or the wires. And so now we're going to work on the right side farthest away from us. And we're going to follow the same procedure, except now the propeller we're going to have is going to be a B propeller. This should be a B1 propeller. So we're going to attach just like this and follow the same procedure. You'll notice I already have the prop guard on these. So while you don't necessarily need the prop guards for a drone, they are a nice safety feature to have, especially when you're flying indoors and you might run into something. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this landing gear together with 4 2-piece bricks, 2 studded bricks. I'm going to put that down right in the center right here, just like that. Okay. And so now I'm going to put another arm right there on the left side furthest away from us. And so now this is going to be an A motor. So the propeller says A2, right? Just what we need. And so you'll notice that the A's and B's are diagonal from each other, and that's because these are clockwise and counterclockwise propellers. And it's important that they're diagonal from each other because that's how they sort of counteract each other's forces. So I'm going to create another landing gear. Just like that. 4 pieces again, put it right down the center of this arm. And then now we're going to put together this last arm right here with our last B propeller. Should be a B2 propeller. Okay, we're going to put a 4 underneath it. And then our last landing gear with the last 4 pieces we have Okay, great. So now we're ready to start connecting the motors. So these LEDs are facing toward us still. And when we flip it, you'll notice that the blue and red wires are diagonal from each other and the black and white wires are diagonal from each other. And again, that's just to show that these are different motors. These are different propellers. And so we're going to go ahead and plug in the motors in the slots close to it with the pins facing down. Just like that. Make sure they're snapped in nice and tight. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of these motors. Okay, last one. And then there we have it. All the motors are now plugged in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get these 4 pins we see here, and we're going to pin them in the sides in these cylindrical openings, and that's to make sure that the receiver doesn't fall off the frame. So we're going to put all 4 in each opening, snap it in, just like that. Okay, and so now we're going to get a 5-piece brick, and we're going to put that right across the battery to make sure that is secure during flight, because we do not want that coming off. We're going to put the other 5-piece brick right next to it down the center, just like that. And then we're going to get these bricks with the little cylindrical ends, and we're going to put those on each end, so that way they snap into these pins we just put on right here. Then we're going to put this last one on. And there you have it. The drone is now constructed, okay? And so to connect it to the controller, you will notice that there is no on switch on this drone. So as soon as you plug the battery in, the drone is going to come on. If I can get it in. There we go. And then you'll see that the lights on the drone are now flashing. Okay, and to connect the drone to the controller, we're going to turn the controller on. And then we're going to move the joystick all the way up and all the way down. You'll hear that chime, and that's to let you know it is paired. And so if I move it up, you'll see that the drone is connected. And so essentially this controller works just like any other drone controller. Moving up on the joystick will make the drone fly up, and moving down will let it hover down. Moving left and right on the left joystick, that'll allow the drone to turn left and right, while moving right and left on the right joystick will allow the drone to strafe right and left. The 2 buttons on this side, those are camera features. This model does not have a camera, but if yours does, that's what you would use it for. The right D-pad, those are going to be the trimming buttons. And so essentially what those are for, if the drone is hovering and you notice that it's starting to drift in any direction without any input, you would use these trim buttons to kind of tell the drone to stabilize, and so to keep it from drifting. So if you find that the drone is drifting left, you would press the right trim button to kind of try to counteract that. And so whichever direction you see the drone drifting, you would use the opposite trim button to kind of help stabilize that. And so yeah, that is the completed drone. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you.